We have been having conversations with the KCB Foundation 2Jiajiri program participants and, managers alike. And it's another day for us to look at how the impact of this foundation has gone from person to person. And joining us this morning is Stephen Matee, who is a senior program manager of education at the KCB Foundation. And Samwel Ochieng is one of the KCB Foundation 2Jiajiri program participants. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Karibu sana.
Thank you.
So we have a way of welcoming people here at the Situation Room. CT will tell us a proverb and you tell us which country it's from, and then you will tell us what you think of that proverb and what it means and how you would apply it. Can we do that, both of you? Yes?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Yes, our proverbs for the whole of this week come from the Republic of Niger. In an earlier hour, I had said that Niger is the largest by landmass country in Africa, actually West Africa, not Africa.
Okay.
And Ms. Alex Bashir was right when he doubted it. That's a man who clearly understands geography. Brian Ojambo, who was listening also, said, yes, it isn't so, and they're right. Because it's number 6 in terms of landmass.
Okay.
Yes, before it is Chad, then Libya, then Sudan. DRC is number 2, and Algeria is the largest. Niger is the largest by landmass in West Africa.
Nice.
Nice?
Nice.
Nice. Thank you for those who saw it fit to tell me, here you have made a misstep, and I have corrected it, and once again, I thank you. Now, the proverb.
People are listening to you.
I beg your pardon?
At least people are listening to you. Anyway.
If a goat frowns, someone will still buy it at the market. If a goat frowns, that is, if you know that the facial expression on a goat equals a frown. I have no clue whether it's frowning or smiling. But if you have that ability to do so, we are saying, this proverb says, even if that goat frowns, someone will still buy it at the market.
Yeah.
Samwel, let's start with you. If a goat frowns, someone will still buy it at the market. What do you think that means?
That's the spirit. Take a deep breath. The polo, take a deep breath. Yes.
Tunaweza sema na Kiswahili.
Yes.
Hata mbuzi akikasirika bado kuna mnunuzi. Kuna mtu atainunua, something like that.
Hata kama mbuzi imekasirika lakini bado kuna mnunuzi.
Kuna yule atainunua tu.
Okay.
Sasa hapo unapata hata kama mnunuzi bado atanunua tu ile mbuzi.
Hamlet thought of the frown.
What you said.
And the sigh. Okay.
Bado, yes.
Okay.
Mwisho atanunuliwa yani. Sawa.
Bwana Matee?
Interesting. If a goat frowns,
Yes.
someone else will still buy it.
Someone, not else. Someone will still buy
yes.
it. Yes.
What I interpret that is when you go to buy a goat, you're going to look for a goat, irrespective of the looks. And for me, that which is good, you're going to buy a goat because you need it. It doesn't matter the facial expression of that goat. It's still a goat.
Matee just said you don't buy a goat because of its looks. So
It's true. You're gonna. If it's done, it's done.
Sure.
We're going to continue with it either way.
Either way.
All right. So, we've been talking about the KCB Foundation 2Jiajiri program for weeks now. And I think it's every time we get to meet someone who's been through the program, then we also get an understanding of the impact that the program has and the picture that it paints for those in the country who will then have an opportunity to be part of the program. And so today, obviously talking to Samwel, because Samwel, from the beginning, tunataka kujua ulingia program gani na ulianza aje na KCB. Sasa unaweza tueleza vile liko.
Okay. Kwa majina, mimi naitwa Samwel Wagoturo. Sasa nilijoin KCB Foundation the year 2022. Tukaendelea kusoma jinsi ambayo tulikuwa tunaendelea kusoma,
endelea na hao pole pole mpaka imefika wakati sasa tunaelekea mahali tunaanza kuvuna matunda. Yeah.
Sasa ilikuwa kazi gani? Ulienda shule? Ulifanya course gani ndio sasa ukaanza kufanya kazi? Hebu tuelezee vile ilikuwa.
Okay, course ambayo nilichukua course ya electrical and refrigeration. Sasa electrical na deal na wiring, refrigeration na deal na fridges, cooker, maintenance of domestics.
Ukisema unaelekea kuvuna matunda, matunda yapi unaelekea kuyavuna? Ndio pengine tujue hiyo jani umeenda, lakini unasema yanakaribia hayo matunda ni gani?
Okay, sasa kwa hayo matunda ambayo tunaendelea kidogo, ambayo tunasema already I have a skill.
Okay.
Niko na skill ambayo niko nayo, ambayo nimepata kutoka kwa KCB Foundation. Ya kwanza, KCB Foundation wametusaidia, wametulipia karo. Hiyo ni matunda ya kwanza. Wametulipia karo. Ya pili, wametununulia toolkits ambayo tuko nazo.
Mfano yake hii hapa?
Mfano yake ndio hizi. Sasa bado tunaendelea na hao. Ya kwanza tumetoka grade 1, grade 3, grade 2 na bado tunaendelea.
Okay. So ulikuwa wapi kabla ulisikia mambo ya KCB 2Jiajiri Foundation program? Ulikuwa wapi ukifanya nini kabla uliingia shule?
Kabla niingie. Okay, kitambo nilikuwa nafanya kazi ya mjengo. Sasa mjengo naenda kufanya padei, vitu kama hizo. Sasa vile tulikuwa tunaenda mjengo, sasa nilipokuja kufanyia mama fulani saluni hapo kidogo, alafu nikasikia dada fulani anahitaja. Sasa dada fulani vile alikuwa anahitaja, ndio sasa nikasikia, nikaenda deep, nikamuuliza tunaweza wapata wapi? Sasa ya kwanza, sasa aliponiambia tebu enda KCB Foundation ama enda mahali industrial area. Wakati huo ilikuwa inaanza na welding and fabrication. Sasa wakati nilienda hapo, nikajiandikisha. Nilipojiandikisha, then sasa nikaanza kujulia hapo. Sasa ndio sasa tukaanza tu mwendo.
Unajua kile unachosema inaridhisha roho kabisa. Lakini kile ambacho ningependa nikuulize, nataka tuende kwa kizungu nasema step by step. Sababu kuna watu wanasikia, wanatusikiza na wangependa wajue. Okay, wewe ulisema ulienda industrial. Hii industrial ni nini na ni wapi? Na ulipofika huko, uliongea na nani? Kitambo uelekezwe, kitambo ujue kwamba kuna KCB Foundation, kitambo ujihusishe na mambo yao ambayo inakuruhusu ufanye ile kozi ambayo imekufanya, ambayo imekuwezesha uje hapa leo.
Yes.
Okay? Suko hapa?
Yes.
Okay, turudi nyuma.
Turudi nyuma.
Okay, hii industrial. Ni nini? Ni ulikuwa wapi? Uliuliza nini? Ukaambiwa nini? Ambayo ikakuunganisha na KCB Foundation.
Sasa yule madam aliponiambia niende mahali fulani, ndio sasa nitapata clue zaidi.
Okay.
Sasa nilipoenda hapo, nikaenda reception. Nilipofika reception hapo, alafu wakaniambia.
Ilikuwa ni town gani hii?
Ni Nairobi.
Nairobi. No, sasa.
Yes.
Sasa mimi nilikuwa nafikiria industrial, nilikuwa nafikiria town nyingi.
Industrial area.
Yes.
Industrial area.
Okay, unaenda industrial area.
Yes.
Na ilikuwa ni ofisi gani?
Ni ofisi ya hapo next to wanafanya.
Inaitwaje hiyo ofisi?
Hiyo ofisi inajiita
utakumbuka, tuendelee tu.
Itakuja. Sasa nilipofika hapo, nikaingia reception, wakaniambia enyewe umedirectiwa vizuri. Hapa KCB Foundation wanachukua wale wanataka elimu na ni vijana. Sasa nilipofika hapo, sasa wakanielezea zaidi, nikachukua form, nikaijaza. Sasa nilipoijaza, then one day ndio sasa KCB Foundation wakakuja vijana wakishatosha. Sasa ndio ingia kwa hall.
Uliitwa namna gani? Ulijuaje ni siku ya kwenda hall?
Siku ya kwenda hall walinitumia message.
Okay.
Very good.
Walikutumia message?
Yes.
PO box ama walikutumia
message kwa simu.
Yes.
Message.
Message kwa simu.
Okay. Sasa mlienda kwa hall kufanya nini?
Kwa hall wakati tulifika sasa ndio tukakutana na watu wa KCB Foundation sasa wote.
Wote.
Okay.
Walikuja hapo. Sasa ndio tukakutana na vijana wote ambaye wako hapo. Tulipokutana na vijana sasa kila mtu alikuwa anachagua course ambaye anaweza penda kuchukua.
Okay. Na walikuwa na watu ambaye walikuwa wanawaelezea unaweza kuchagua hii course ama hii course inakuwa namna gani? Ilikuwa aje hiyo siku? Ama mliandika tu nataka kufanya hii course alafu wakawaita baadaye? Ilikuwa aje?
No. Wakati tulikuwa hapo kuna form ambayo walikuwa wanapeana.
Okay.
Na hiyo form unaangalia course ambayo unahitaji, ambayo unataka. Sasa ukishachukua hiyo form alafu unajaza na majina zako zote.
Ukipewa hiyo form kuna msaidizi kwa sababu natumaini unatembea na watu wote wale wengine hawakuenda shule vizuri, wale wanasaidia kupea hiyo skill. Sasa kulikuwa na msaidizi pengine wa kutembeza, hii hapa unafanya hivi ama ilikuwa unapewa form tu alafu unajisort?
Walikuwa well prepared.
Okay.
Sababu walikuwa na wale wasimamizi ambayo wanasaidia vijana. Kuna wale ambayo wajui kuandika na wanataka kusoma.
Okay.
Kuna wale ambayo waelewi kizungu na wanataka kusoma. Sasa skill ndio imempeleka pale. Sasa kuna wale ambayo walikuwa wanasimama hapo wanakusaidia, alafu hiyo fomu ikishakamilika alafu wanarudisha kwa ofisi yao. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Tutarudi kwa story yako. For now, Stephen, how then, I mean, obviously from the foundation to the program, I think this is just a very interesting point, because how does the guidance work? Because yes, I mean, we know there are people who need a skill to be connected, furnish those skills a little bit, polish them up a little bit, but then how are you able to guide as the foundation and say, or through the program and say, okay, this looks like something that you would be able to do based on what you want? How does that process go through?
Thank you very much for inviting me today, and it's glad to be here. Listening to Samwel narrate the journey to joining the KCB Foundation program really excites me. One of the reasons because listening to his story, it represents for the thousands of Kenyans today, because the journey starts by identifying the kind of institutions that we want to train with based on demand. We identify the demand first for the kind of output that we need from the institutions. Then upon that, then we are able to map the institutions that can provide such training. The institutions are go through a number of vetting in terms of ensuring that they are NITA certified or TVETA certified. That those are the two directorates that are tasked with ensuring that the quality of education offered in the institution is of the right quality. Upon going through the vetting, then we are able to pass the application. So the application can be in twofold. At the time they joined, we were using twofold. The first one, you could apply within the identified institution or within the KCB Foundation. And the onboarding process now is what happens now within one center. But mapping the need, the kind of course that they require is normally based on the passion. He did articulate that he was working in a construction, farm.
Yes.
And as a mjengo, and with that, then what it means is that there is the passion within the construction value chain that he really wanted to undertake, and that is the wiring. And during the onboarding, the one is referring to within the workshop. What we normally do is we bring them together and bring the courses that we are providing and the kind of industries they can be linked to, just for those who may not be able to understand better. Like for him, it was very clear what he wanted. Others come in when they are very fresh on what they really want.
Yeah.
So we are able to identify the passion first, and within the application form, there are guiding questions that would enable us identify what you are strong at. because it starts with the passion. Then from the passion, then we drive to the skill that you require.
Okay. Why is it important to do a little bit more after? Because we know it's 6 months, right? Samwel, it's 6 months. You do the course. Why is it important to do a little bit more after that? Because the toolkit, the possibility of getting a loan to start off a business. Why is it important to do that beyond the skill?
Thank you. Our theory of change within the 2Jiajiri program is very clear. We had a very elaborate problem statement of what is it that our entrepreneurs would require, and one of it was the skilling. They lacked the right skill. The second was the inadequate access to capital.
Yeah.
And the third one is the markets. So in all our interventions, then we are trying to solve the three aspects of the 2Jiajiri program. So what you are trying to what you are trying to drive in guiding the scholars and the participants to be able to apply, therefore, is to drive to ensure that they get into the correct courses that they are passionate about. Then do a little bit more on mentorship. We onboard them into the entrepreneurship and financial literacy training while undertaking their TVET trainings. And that really helps them to be able to grow them into entrepreneurs, to be able to do beyond what the skill provides and be able to bring money on the table. The second then is to provide the capital. The capital, definitely they would require to have a collateral in most of the financial institutions. But KCB Group has been able to provide a product tailor-made for the 2Jiajiri participants to be able to borrow. And that is what Samwel would be able, and many others who have gone through the program are capable to walking into any KCB branch and be able to access that capital because they are already making money, but we are able to use the cash flows only. The third is then the toolkit. They require the toolkit to be able to use the skill practically into the construction site. And that is why among the participants who did very well, we were able to provide toolkits, and you can see they're the best in the market, that we are able to provide them with the toolkits. And the toolkits is industry specific, meaning you can use that, you can get any job within the wiring space and be able to work on any project as it pertains to what he went to school to do.
You mentioned something interesting. Theory of change that you had. You have processes and you want to connect them to long-term goals. Some of these goals have been achieved. You have the people who want to participate, they are trained, they are released into the marketplace, they are working, some have taken the next step, they are even able to employ others, because in employing, they are also passing on skills. Okay. To what end? You are able to provide finances. You are able to provide tools. To what end?
Very good question. It was very clear during the development of that theory of change on what kind of intervention the foundation can be able to provide, and at what point is the breakout point for them to mature in their business and grow. And that then brings out the sustainability bit of it. Our program intervention is on the training, which is providing the scholarship to get at least the grade 3 trade test. The second is providing the mentorship that we provide as they continue with the classroom training and the practical training. And what kind of mentorship we provide is mainly on financial literacy and entrepreneurship, so that they can be able to think outside their skill and be able to get into any form of business, either within the line of training or within a passion of any interest. Because business, for sure, business is solving someone's problem. That's essentially what business is, and you are able to make money. But then with the sustainability part of this program, therefore, means that once they are able to get the toolkit, they can be able to generate income. And with the financial literacy training that they've been able to undergo, then they are able to have proper business management, proper bookkeeping, proper, formalizing their business. He will tell you that he has already formalized his business because of the kind of mentorship that he went through in our program. Yes. Then, therefore, it is to hand over Samwel and many other participants to the bank to be able to uptake the bank products at commercial rates at that point. Because now we give them to dedicated personal managers who are able to walk with them the journey of maturity and employ others as they get along.
Now, I just want to get clarity. You are going not just within Kenya. The information I have is that you are going beyond borders. It's an East African agenda. Maybe perhaps if they have people listening in Rwanda, Tanzania, wherever it is within East Africa, you could make that clarification as well.
Yeah, thank you. That's as I said, KCB Foundation is a group function, and KCB Group operates in 7 countries. We in Kenya, as that is where we originate, and then we in Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, South Sudan, and DRC. And what KCB Group strategy looks like is transforming today together. That is the overall group strategy, and we are anchored in the same strategy by saying that we can only transform today together through the youth, through the young people in this flagship program called 2Jiajiri. And what this program, the flagship program is across the region, getting different names. When you go to Rwanda, it will be called Ijire, which means self-employ, getting the skill and employing yourself as a youth. When you go to Burundi, it will be Twekozese. You go to Tanzania, it will be 2Jiajiri because they resonate. It's a Sheng word. It retains the same name. You go to Uganda, it will be called Uganda. It's Twekozese, which means self-employ again. It is having the same connotation, but meaning the same thing. Getting a name that is relatable to the youth that you are serving.
Beautiful. Amazing. And as we talk about this, Samwel, wakati ulimaliza shule, ulipata opportunity gani ndio ufanye kazi ama ufungue biashara yako? Ulichagua gani?
Okay, wakati nilimaliza shule, sasa ndio nianze, nikafikiria nifungue workshop yangu ya kwanza. Sasa workshop nikifungua, then nikaenda kwa watu wa serikali, nika-register kampuni. Hiyo kampuni yangu inajiita Thermotech Electrical and Refrigeration. Sasa wakati nilisha register, sasa hapo hata risiti zangu sasa inazoonyesha niko na kampuni.
Very nice.
Sasa hiyo ndio hatua ambaye nilianza kuipiga nikiendelea.
Ukiangalia vile wateja wako wanakuambia kisha wapea services, unaona ni kana kwamba ulitumia wakati wako au muda wako vyema na KCB, kwa sababu pengine saa zingine mtu anaenda shule lakini akianza pengine sasa kupeana sasa service, unaona ni kama client wanasema hapo hujafika, hapa unafanya hivi, it's not satisfactory. Haidhirishi, yes. Sasa wewe ukiona namna ambavyo ulifanya hiyo kosi yako na sasa ukifanya kazi yako, what is the feedback kutoka clients wako? Uko tamam?
Okay, feedback kutoka kwa clients wako sawa. Wanaridhika. Hata ukiona customer, ukitaka kujua customer ameridhika, ukimfanyia kazi ana kurecommend mahali kwingine. Sasa huyo mwingine pia ana kurecommend mahali kwingine. Sasa unapata unajijibu tu mwenyewe. Unasema kitambo nione simu kutoka mtu fulani ameniambia niende mahali fulani. Sasa kumbe ile kazi nilifanya iko salama.
Very nice. Kwa hivyo ina work.
Ina work. Sasa kutoka kwa KCB Foundation, wakati walitupeleka course ambayo tulikuwa tunaenda, wakati nilitoka tu shule, nilisema hii kitu ambayo nilikuwa nime-admire from the beginning, sasa imefika. Nimepata certificates zangu. Nimepata toolkits zangu. Sasa feel sasa ndio hiyo. Nifanye tu ile kitu ambaye client watafurahia.
Naomba nikuulize hivi, wajua ukisema electrical, ukisema wiring, mimi nafikiria stima. Then nafikiria nyumba. Okay? Naomba tueleze katika harakati zako za kufanya biashara, hii biashara yako ya electrical inakupeleka wapi? Na unafanya katika eneo gani? Na unajihusisha na biashara gani ambayo unaweza kujumlisha au ukaweka kwa jumla katika jina electrical?
Okay. Kwa swala ya electrical,
Yes.
Nikisema electrical and refrigeration.
Yes.
Sasa unapata electrical wireman unafanya electrical installation za nyumba. Kama nimekuja hapa kwa ofisi yako. Sasa hizi lights ukitaka kudesign hizi na kuja na kuambia ile tayo lazima uweke pale, uweke pale. Then refrigeration. Sasa ina deal na fridges. Fridge kama ileti baridi. Unapata nowadays fridge inapatikana mahali. Kila mahali.
Yes.
Hata hapa kwa ofisi utapata fridge iko. Sasa nikikuja hapa. Sasa nakumbuka tu KCB ndio amenituma hapa. KCB Foundation. Sasa nakumbuka mahali nimekanyaga KCB Foundation ndio wamefanya nini? Wamenituma hapo. Sasa unaweza pata naweza ondoka na niende kwa nyumba za wakubwa.
Yes.
Naweza ondoka niende inchi fulani ama naweza ondoka niende eneo fulani.
Yes. That's very good actually. Hiyo ni furahi umenieleza. So electrical inahusu vyumba.
Yes.
Haihusu magari.
Electrical installation.
Okay.
Yes.
Installation. That part.
Part.
Ni wiring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Na sahi unafanya hiyo biashara peke yako ama umeandika watu?
Okay. Wakati nilipata elimu kutoka shule ambaye nilisoma ni CITC ambaye nilisoma hiyo. Wakati niliona wale vile walimu wanafundisha, nikasema kwa nini mimi pia nisichukue au vijana ambaye wamekosa hata karo ili nianze kuwafundisha nikuwe na hao. Sasa nilikuwa na hiyo hamu. Nilipofungua biashara yangu, sasa nachukua vijana kutoka mahali fulani. Hata vijana wale hawajiwezi. Kuna wale ambaye onja kitu kidogo. Sasa nakuja na waleta karibu. Nikiwaleta karibu wanakuwa rafiki yangu, alafu nawaonyesha njia ndiyo hii na wafundisha. Sasa hao ndio sasa inakuja sasa tunajenga company ya Tamote. Yeah.
Allow me to ask I believe it's a pertinent question, because you want to include everybody. It's equity, right? You're talking about those who need the skill, but I believe people with disability also need the skills, and sometimes they listen in, and I'm sure they're listening in, and they're saying, do we have a place in this foundation? How are we included in this foundation? How do we reach out? And just, if you have any success stories of people with disability, could be any disability whatsoever, and that they actually are also successful through you.
Thank you. KCB Foundation is a foundation that believes on equity and inclusion. And persons with disability, we ensure that we set aside at least 10% of our slots to persons with disability. And how we do this is we identify institutions that can be able to train. We believe that there are not many in this country. Not every course can be compatible with persons with disability. So there are specific unique courses that they drive very well depending on the kind of disability. So yes, it's an area that they need to reach out to KCB Foundation on the areas that we are recruiting and be able to uptake this opportunity. It is also a program that ensures that gender and inclusion within the program. In most of our programming, we ensure that there is a gender representation across all our programs within the foundation.
And they joke about it, but I want to bring it up. They say age is just but a number in other things. But you see, you want to be able to uptake a loan so that somebody could overthink and say, well, I'm not grown enough to have an ID. Will the bank need me to give some of my documents? Or do I have a next of kin who can do that for me, a guardian, for example? How does the age factor play in? Because we have a lot of young people, let's say, dropping out of school when they're very tender, but they want to do something with their hands and just put food on the table. How does the the age factor play out in your foundation?
The program mainly focuses on the youth, and the entry point is at the age of 18,
Okay.
when they have the national ID. That is the entry point, all the way to 34 years. The exclusion there is the persons with disability. We believe that when you get into that space, then they take more years to be able to get of age, to be able to get to uptake a product, a program like this. So the exclusion could only be for persons with disability, where we take slightly higher age gap than the ordinary.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
The mushrooming effect is what is, I think, one of the things that, for me is very exciting here, because you could see it as, so it's Samwel who has gone through this course for 6 months. But then after that, here he is, and he's finished the course. He then starts his own business, but then he's hiring other people then who are able, who get the skills from him. Is that one of the things that the foundation had in mind, or was it just, a happy accident, as we would say?
That's a very good question. When we were developing this program, it is because of the ripple effect that we could see in the program. Because when you have one person with a skill, number one is can be able to feed himself and the family. But the indirect number of jobs that you are able to create is immeasurable. Samwel here, when you talk to him, he'll tell you that he has 6 employees currently who are dependent on him. And many others. You're able to create both direct and indirect jobs, and those are some of the jobs that you are able to track within the program. We are targeting to be able to be able to grow up to 1.5 million jobs in the next 5 years within our strategy, within the foundation. And Samwel is just but one of the examples that are within the foundation, and represents thousands of entrepreneurs within the program who have been able to create jobs for themselves and for other people.
What these guys acquire at the foundation is the same thing they can acquire at the TVETs. Someone will say, why would I go to KCB Foundation? Well, my parents have already suggested that I have to put money together over time, and then I could go to a proper, if I would use that word, how the public can be, a proper institution.
But don't the foundation go to TVETs though?
Yeah.
This is where you place them.
How does
Yes.
it fuse in? Yeah.
We partner with the TVETs to be able to conduct the technical skilling.
Nice.
The foundation does not have the capacity to do the training. So we believe in the spirit of partnerships to be able to partner with the training institutions. And within the training institutions, then we are able to look at what is it that our participants needs to have, and what equipment and how equipped is the institution. So we do that assessment to ensure that they are properly resourced. Then number 2 is what I talked about, the quality, ensuring that they are NITA certified, they are certified by the relevant bodies to be able to provide such training, and their capacity to train. Sometimes an institution can only onboard a given number of scholars depending on the whatever they have. So the training institutions are our greatest partners.
Nice.
And we walk the journey together. Our role being to be able to provide scholarship opportunities for the participants to go through the training, but also giving us an opportunity to interact with the participants, provide the much needed mentorship and business coaching, financial literacy, among other training components that we are able to provide as a foundation. And most importantly, therefore, is to see the products, but then as we graduate them to get into the job market, is getting a better package of a participant than any other who is outside this program.
Can you talk a little bit about the partnership that KCB Foundation has with the industry? Because he is self-employed, yes, but the sort of skills we speak of require an attachment of sorts, where you can actually apply your learning to a real-life situation. Talk a little bit about it.
Yes, we have quite a number of partners that we have within the foundation, and I can classify the partners depending on the requirements. The first partners are the TVETs who provide the trainings. Their specific role within the program is to provide the technical training. The second partnership is the industry players who provide the internships and the job placements. He will tell you that he went through an internship program, so that he can be able to apply the kind of training that he got from CITC, and that we have such partners onboarded either by the foundation or by the TVET partners whom we already have. That kind of partnership that we have is the government, both the national space and the county leadership. And in this partnership, that is where we bring resources together. This country has a lot of financing when it comes to scholarships for the youth and investments for the youth. And KCB Foundation provides a platform to partner with the county government, with the NGCDF, among other state organizations, to be able to impact on the youth. And how this partnership works is that we bring on board this county, or rather this government infrastructure. They set aside some funds and the foundation matches. And then we are able to manage the program for the youth within the locality that we are partnering. An example, maybe I can just mention a few. Right now, we are currently onboarding part of the scholars. And like Siaya, Busia, Homa Bay, Nandi, Elgeyo Marakwet, and Kericho. We are currently having an application process because of the partnership that we have with the county governments within the counties that I've just mentioned. And this is just the urge for the youth to be able to take up these positions, apply. They can get into our social handles, all of them, KCB group, and they can be able to get the link and apply. And then they will go through the process of vetting, and they'll be getting an opportunity to enjoy the whatever Samwel has been able to enjoy in this program.
Is there a specific time in which someone interested should apply? Perhaps just in order to not miss it, if the window is closing or opening at a particular time of the year?
Yes, this application process has a time frame. Siaya, Busia, Nandi, Elgeyo, and Kericho, the application timeline is on 20th. That should be today. It has been running for a while.
Okay.
So it's an opportunity for them to run and get to apply. For Homa Bay, we are closing on the 28th of this month. So it's an opportunity, again, they need to run. And for counties that they need to keep checking, we have quite a number of partnerships coming on board. Nyeri, Tharaka Nithi, there's Mombasa. They need to keep on the check so that as these adverts come in the next few months and many other counties, then they can be able to take up the positions and apply.
Thank you.
Okay. So, I mean, what are we looking at? The numbers are huge, isn't it? That there's 1 million people every year who are graduating, and then maybe you need some kind of targeted, assistance. Is it for the foreseeable future, this program will be around?
We foresee this program to be around, yes, because of its innovative nature. I believe the way to solve the problem of this country in terms of the unemployment is through the 2Jiajiri program. It's providing the skill, any program to provide the technical skill for the youth. That is the way to go in this country. And the industry is also changing in providing green jobs, which is also an area we are also exploring to provide more opportunities for green jobs and save our planet. And you'll be seeing most of the programs that we are currently bringing up are more geared towards creation of jobs into the green industry. And it is to say that KCB Foundation would continue to call upon partners, to come on board, even as KCB Group puts in resources to provide the opportunities for this youth, is also to call upon other like-minded partners to be able to come on board, partner with us, and move this country forward through providing job opportunities for our youth in this country.
Essentially, you're a great believer that there is a solution to unemployment in the country, that the youth can be empowered. It does not matter which corner of this country you are. So what would be according to me, I just really wish you'd say something to the young man, hopeless young woman who is listening to you, maybe from Wajir, Mombasa, somewhere in Kilifi, somewhere in Migori County, a strong word to just encourage them to apply, and why it would be better to apply than to push it or postpone it, because that's the enemy of growth, postponing.
Correct. For the young man and woman listening to me this morning, I would call upon, just look into what we're doing. Look at what KCB Foundation is providing, an opportunity for you to be able to come together and achieve your dream. If you are passionate in agriculture, if you are passionate in automotive engineering, if you are passionate in domestic services, construction, ICT, this is an opportunity for you to look into what we are providing as KCB Foundation. And I would urge that irrespective of which part of the country you come from, there is an opportunity for you. Get to apply and uptake our resources of what we have. Even for those who are out of this market, the Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, we still encourage that they check into what KCB Foundation in those countries is providing and come together and be able to apply and uptake this opportunity. Because we believe as a country, as I said, our brand purpose, our strategy is anchored around transforming today together. The bank, KCB Bank, cannot grow without the below the pyramid. We must move with the base, because that creates a foundation for a solid financial institution. And we live by a purpose that says, for people, for better. We want to be part and parcel of your growth. Thank you.
I mean, it's amazing. And just looking at how it has impacted people, Samwel, mali unaenda utaenda mbali sana. Vile tumeona umeshikilia na mkono mbili sasa. It's good to see that we can go in the strides in which we are. So we want to thank you both for being here this morning.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.